This is the first Freezer Burns review of the new year, and we are kicking it off with a bang with frozen food royalty. So kick off your shoes, sit back, because Freezer Burns starts right now. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Freezer Burns. As always, I'm your host Greg, the frozen food master, and you're joining me as I eat my way through the freezer aisle one box at a time. Today, I'm reviewing this. It is the signature select family entrees, macaroni and cheese and meatballs by the Freezer Queen. Like I said, frozen food royalty, ladies and gentlemen. The Freezer Queen, $3.99 a box. What do you say we get this out of the box, see how it looks, get it in the microwave, and then see how it tastes. Once again, this is the macaroni and cheese with meatballs from the Freezer Queen. This was a special request by FreezerBurns.com fan Joyce. She wanted some macaroni reviewed, and Joyce, macaroni and cheese, right for you. Freezer Queen. Now, this is 4 servings for this box, and this box isn't that big. It's, I would say maybe 2 servings, and again, sometimes I think they adjust the serving size so that the nutritional facts doesn't go through the roof. Here's the nutritional facts per serving. Again, 4 servings in this box. Calories 190, 10 grams of fat, 30 milligrams of cholesterol, 510 milligrams of sodium, 17 grams of carbohydrates, 8 grams of protein. Now, Freezer Queen. Freezer Queen apparently has been around since 1955, distributed out of Norwood, Mass, close to my old stomping grounds. And if you look at this picture here, man, that looks good. That looks really good. And I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm taking one for the team, ladies and gentlemen, by doing this review. This macaroni and cheese looks really, really good. Now the meatballs. These aren't just regular any old meatballs, okay? Apparently, these are flame broiled meatballs, and I can't wait to put that to the test. Now, let's get this out of the box. See how this looks. Wow, look at that. Not talking just a standard black plastic. This is actually paper. It's got that nice speckled tone to it. Wow, that looks like a real baking tray. It's kind of nice. Pretty big. Frozen solid. You can see that there's some meatballs here, some noodles, some pasta, macaroni. And the cheese sauce is all on one side. Most likely it got distributed and, it was like this in the truck. But we'll see if we stir it around after it's cooked, whether it would be good. We got this film here. The directions are as follow for the microwave. Remove tray from box. Done. Cut film cover to vent. Place on microwave safe plate. Cook on high for 7 minutes. Then we're going to stir. Then we're going to cook another 3 minutes. Then we're going to rest for 2 minutes. So we got 10 minutes of cook time. Got my knife. I'm going to do my Zorro cut. I'm going to get this in the microwave. And when we come back, we're going to get this in my belly. So I've cooked this macaroni and cheese and meatballs in the microwave for 10 minutes. I've let it sit for 2 minutes. 7 minutes into the cook time, I pulled the film back and stirred it up a bit. This is what it looks like coming out. Still steaming. It smells awesome. The cheese on the macaroni smells good. Let's see if I can get it in focus. The meatballs, if you can see that, have the flame broiled lines on it. Who knows if they were actually flame broiled, but they look like Italian style meatballs. Looks like I can see some oregano and maybe some I don't know what else might be in there, but definitely oregano. Now here's my initial take on this is that it is way too soupy. See that? What I was hoping, because it was pretty soupy when I first took it out of the microwave, what I was hoping is that after it sat for a while, it would get a little drier You know how like when you make hamburger helper and they say to leave it on, you know, take it off the heat and leave it for like 10 minutes and stuff like that, and then it thickens. I imagine this would eventually thicken. What I'm a little upset with is that the Freezer Queen told me only let it sit for 2 minutes. Just double check and make sure I'm not calling her out for something. Yeah, 2 minutes, that's it. And I did let it sit for 2 minutes and it's still very soupy. Now, how does it taste? I'm gonna first taste the macaroni, and then I'm gonna taste the meatball, and then I'm gonna taste them together. Macaroni. The macaroni itself, the pasta itself, is a little too mushy for my taste. And part of me says, well, you know what do you expect? You're not cooking it over a pot of boiling water. But the other part of me says, you know what? Kraft has done it with Easy Mac, where the noodles are perfect out of the microwave. And these are not perfect. These are too mushy. The sauce, now the sauce is certainly not the cheesiest. It is macaroni and cheese, but it's this consistency I just don't like. It's not my style of macaroni and cheese. I like it when it's a little drier, not when it's chalky or powdery, but definitely when it's a little drier. Now, meatball. I'm gonna bite it in half and see what it looks like inside. These taste, anyone who's been to IKEA, these taste like Swedish meatballs, just happen to be dumped into the macaroni and cheese. Not bad. Definitely, like, these aren't hand packed, you know, I mean, these were going through the grinder and formed. You can see it's just basically like, I don't know, I mean, it looks like foam, basically, brown foam. Tastes good, it's tasty. Does not taste as good as some of those frozen meatballs where you just buy the meatballs by itself. Does not taste that good. Okay, now I'm gonna take a monster bite, macaroni and meatball, and hope I don't burn myself. Okay, it's decent. It's decent. Certainly in no way does it look like this. This looks like a nice, creamy, perfectly constructed macaroni and cheese. The meatballs, look at that nice cheese sauce, all glazed on top. That looks really good. This looks like someone took old macaroni and cheese and took those really cheap meatballs, dumped them together, and I've done that before. So I'm not being snobby here. I've done that before too. However, I didn't say this was, when I do it, I don't say it's a signature collection, right? Meatballs in macaroni and cheese. I will probably wait and see if this thickens even more, maybe 10 minutes from now. Maybe squirt some ketchup on top of there, make sure that it has a little more kick, maybe even mix in some salsa. But as it is, right, this Freezer Queen Signature Select Family Entrees macaroni and cheese with meatballs, I give this a 3-star. $3.99 a box, and it's just, I was deceived by the photography again. I'd hate to see what the Freezer Queen non-signature choices are, because this one at best 3 stars. As always, I'm your host Greg. This has been another episode of Freezer Burns, and I'll see you next time.